wake up. The car's like a foot in front of us. He pulls up beside him, rolls down the window, goes like this. Guy rolls down the window, shoots twice.
Obstructing. I've told you 10 times.
Obstructing
Plus,
what?
you're intoxicated.
No,
you're
I'm
drunk.
not.
Can I have your license?
Did you prove that?
Ma'am, just stay at the motorcycle, please. Keep your hands up for me. I understand that you're armed.
We all have stressful moments while driving, but some of these out-of-control, short-tempered drivers take it way too far. In today's episode, we'll take a look at what happens when cops serve instant karma to road ragers. On May 11th, 2022, Flagler County, Florida police responded to an unusual road rage incident. A teenager contacted law enforcement stating he was a victim of severe road rage. He showed police cell phone footage of the incident and gave them detailed information about the culprit. After that, the cops decided to interview the suspect.
What's up, man? You know why we're here?
Hey, what's going on?
Were you over there at the gas station?
Yeah, we were just about to call you.
Oh, okay.
I also got a guy, I got his license plate number, but
Okay.
also a gentleman that was in traffic.
Okay.
His name here is Michael. They have a business in town. I think it's... They saw everything that happened.
Okay, why don't you talk?
So
Yeah.
basically what happened was, this guy's driving erratically behind us, okay?
Okay.
I'm in that truck right there.
Yeah.
And we have a kid in the car, all right? So he's...
Fucker who tried to hurt me and my
Whoa,
dog.
stop. Just calm down.
Can I talk to them, please, for a minute?
We weren't there, so we're trying to figure out what
He
happened.
tried to
Whoa,
hit
ma'am,
us.
just relax. Let's talk. Let
Hey,
him.
can I just talk to him for a minute and tell him what happened? It's not a big deal as far as what could have happened, but so long story short, you can help me with this though. That road that we come down to turn onto
Cypress.
Belterre, thank you.
The suspect came out claiming that he and his wife and child were the actual victims of the teen driver who had accused them. He wasted no time in pulling the "I had a kid in the vehicle" card to bolster his victim narrative. When the woman comes out hurling accusations, it becomes clear this case is escalating into a worsening situation.
And I thought he hit us, like he was right there, right? So, okay, we make mistakes, whatever.
Right.
Keep driving, right? He's doing these. This.
Behind you guys?
Behind us, swerving. So I'm out my window going, what are you doing, you know? So then he pulls over into the other lane, tries to come over. There's a car in front of me. He can't go anywhere. He's screaming in my window. I have a 10-year-old right here, you know what I mean? Like screaming terrible profanities. So then I'm like, I got a kid in the car. He goes, I don't give a f- I'll run you off the road, blah, 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 right? So that's me kicking in now going, no, that ain't happening, bro.
The suspect in this case is telling a very different story than his teenage accuser. And to be fair, so far his story sounds fairly plausible. It's clear that the officers are maintaining a neutral disposition and trying to hear all sides of the story. So of course they give this guy a fair hearing by listening to his version of what happened.
This kid just won't stop. And he's saying the most ruthless stuff ever. Then he gets out. So I got out. And I start walking over to his car. And he starts walking towards me. And then when I get closer to him, he bounces.
You guys
and
were
runs
like
back
in this
his car.
confrontation. Okay.
Well, we were about to be, and then he went back in the car.
Okay.
So
what
then
happened
I'm
after
screaming at him, going, are you freaking kidding me? You almost killed my kid, this, that, and the other. So as I'm screaming at him, he tries to come and hit me.
that? With his car?
I had to dodge my way out of his way, and then he had nowhere to go forward, so I went around the car. His window was down. I'm screaming at him through the window, same exact thing. Tries the other way and tries to hit me, and he was down in the embankment and everything. I had to dive out of the way on that one. And then he pulled off into the lane, and I came up and took a picture of his license plate. And while I was doing that, 2 or 3 people were like, we saw everything that happened, and this guy had a card.
Okay.
And I said, can I have him call you, please? Like,
Yeah.
you saw it? And they said yes. So that's what just happened. And my dad's a cop. You know,
Did you like kick his car or anything like that?
no.
That you know of?
No,
Okay.
I didn't get close
All right.
enough for that. He
And
hit
then
me
you
with
guys-
his car.
Okay.
He
Okay.
hit me. He hit my shoulder with his car
Okay.
because I literally
That's
had to
your shoulder?
dive out the way.
That's your shoulder?
Yeah.
Where did you get hit at?
Probably right up here.
Okay. Is there you need medical attention or anything like that?
I mean, no, I don't think so.
At this point, the suspect has claimed that there were eyewitnesses to the alleged incident in which he claims to be a victim. He also randomly mentioned that his dad's a police officer. Then the man failed to show any visible damage from allegedly being struck by the teen's vehicle, and also his testimony's contradicted by what's shown in the cell phone video.
Hey, Sarge. You said that, it's 10-4 on charges, right? Okay.
Teresa Shaw.
Yeah.
So that's like my best friend.
Nice.
RJ is a good friend. Teresa's really awesome person.
Yeah, she's great.
We're like family. They're
Yeah,
I
she's
call them my
awesome.
Florida family. So
Yeah.
I'm not nuts. I don't do this, but when you're messing with a kid and you don't care and you're saying, I'm going to run you off the road, I don't give a shit about
Was
your
he
kid.
young? Was it a young person or older
I
person?
mean, I would say he was young. I would say he was probably like 24
Thank you,
with
ma'am.
dreads.
Okay, no worries.
24 with dreads, I want to
Okay.
say. Something
All right.
like that. I don't know. I mean, somewhere around there, but
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly.
Was it black guy, white guy?
Black guy, I believe. Could have
Okay.
been dark skinned Spanish, but he talked not
Okay.
like that. So
Okay.
and it's funny because we were just in there calming her down, and then we was gonna call you because I don't want to get in trouble.
No, I
You know
understand.
what I mean? And
For sure.
you know, we do have something called, you know,
Yeah.
protecting ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
for sure.
I don't think he would have any dents, but I think I hit his side view mirror with his shoulder,
Okay.
if I remember correctly.
Okay.
It happens so fast.
Okay. No, I know those
But
things too.
I didn't think,
Alpha 222 flagler.
so
No, you're good.
I didn't think anything of it, and that he was gonna come driving at me.
The suspect clearly wanted to reinforce his story, claiming the accuser's side view mirror might be damaged from hitting his shoulder. His self-satisfied demeanor showed that he definitely believed cops were buying his side of the story, but he's completely unaware that the cops are cleared to charge him already.
You're all right, honey? I know it's scary, thank you.
It's okay, dude. This is what
right.
happens
You're
in the
okay.
adult world. These
all right.
these guys make it better and make it right.
How old are you? You're 10?
Just a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Okay.
Were you guys all in this car together? Why didn't you wait for us at the gas station?
Who was What do you mean?
Didn't this happen at the gas station?
Pulled into the gas station when we pulled out.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't want any more confrontation.
Okay.
We thought he was
I
coming
didn't know. I
after
thought he was
us.
gonna come hit the car. He was.
Once we saw
like
him
this
pull into the
close.
gas station, we pulled right out.
I wasn't trying to stay there.
Okay. When were you guys gonna call us?
As soon as she calmed down
He already
inside.
said that someone was calling.
Okay.
One of the people in the cars was calling.
Okay.
Well, they grabbed me. They were in the lane next to us.
Yeah.
The people over here, I was gonna get their number, but the light turned green and that guy had a card. So I just ran and grabbed his card.
Yeah.
I figured one would be enough because it was blatant.
The couple then brought out their 10-year-old daughter as a prop, hopefully adding more drama to their story. It does seem a little suspicious that the couple didn't call cops right away, and this gap in their story is obviously a red flag for the cops.
Do you know how old he was?
I have no idea.
he
All
look
I
younger?
know is that he was ruthless and tried to hit me twice. So if he wants to press charges, I'm gonna press attempted murder charges. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
You can ask her. Ask her. Well, he was.
She was the most scared because she thought I was gonna get hit by his car because he kept coming after me driving.
In this case, attempted murder charges certainly sound like overkill. The suspect's becoming noticeably more anxious and upset as he faces even the most basic fact-checking question, and this might indicate to the cops that he's struggling to cover up holes in his story. The suspect then calls a friend he has in the police department.
What'd you say? No, this is all just happening now, so I'm just, I just called you, I don't know, So, I don't know. Don't want to bother you, but I just wanted to give you a call. Okay. Bye.
How do you know Teresa?
I call them my Florida family. They took me in, man.
Really?
Her husband is, we do a little bit of work together, our side jobs and things of that nature. But, I don't know, they're like my best friends, both of them.
Yeah.
Them two, the kids, I was there last night,
Yeah.
Talk about an over-the-top flex. This guy's pulling out all the stops to save himself from getting in trouble. But it's not helping at all, and it's not changing the facts of the case. He seems pretty confident that all this lying and name-dropping is working, so he's completely unprepared for what's coming next.
All right, we're gonna put your money back, please.
What's that?
Put your money back.
For what?
You're being placed under arrest for felony conduct and child abuse.
Say it again?
They've got video footage
Of what?
of the whole thing, of the whole incident.
Yes.
And it shows you kicking the vehicle multiple times, reaching in the car, swatting the phone out of the kid's hand, and while he's in the driver's seat.
Swatting a phone?
He's 17.
When he said he's going to shoot me?
That's just.
So, and then is there video camera footage of him trying to hit me with his car?
They have all of it. All of it's on video footage.
So is he getting arrested?
I'm not there witnessing the video, but they're showing you're the primary
right now for this
aggressor.
because I had a child in the car, and this guy for a mile and a half, 2 miles, was messing with us to the point where he almost.
I understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying.
The suspect couldn't believe he's being arrested for his alleged actions, but the cops remain calm while dealing with him. Despite learning that the real victim has video footage of the incident, the suspect still had the gall to keep convincing the cops that he's the victim.
Basically, he's telling me to get out. I get out and go, we have a child in this car. He almost killed us 3 times. And then I don't give a child, you.
Well, that's all freedom of speech.
Okay, so then when he says he's gonna shoot me and he pulls up something in his car,
What did he pull up?
it was gray. What do you want to do?
Lean up against my car so I can just search you real quick. Spread your feet for me, please. Here. Thanks. Is there anything that's gonna hurt me in here?
Did you see a gun, or did anybody see a gun?
It was so fast. He was literally moving. It was fast, raising it up to me. It was gray. That's all I knew. All I knew is whatever it wasn't getting pointed at my face.
The suspect's insisting that he didn't assault the driver and only harmed his vehicle. He also claimed the driver was holding a gun on him, and that's why he reached inside to swat the driver's phone. But unlike the teen, he doesn't have video evidence to support this. The suspect quickly pivots to trying to talk his way out of being punished.
What are my charges again, please?
Criminal mischief and child abuse.
How's the child abuse?
He's 17.
Because he's 17?
Correct.
I didn't hit him.
Swatting the phone out.
But he said I'm gonna shoot you.
No, it doesn't have to be physical.
He said I'm gonna shoot you. If you get a hold of that guy, I guarantee you he probably heard that.
I understand what you're saying.
So I can't swat what I think might be a gun away from my face.
Was it a gun?
I don't know. All I did was hit it. And it was
That's not enough for
heavy.
the state attorney's office.
Not enough for the state attorney's office?
No. You need to see a gun.
So if somebody says I'm going to shoot you. Somebody says I'm going to shoot you in the face. 04. Can I give her my code?
The suspect was charged with 1 felony count of child abuse and 1 misdemeanor count of criminal mischief due to the damage he did to the vehicle. His child abuse charge was later reduced to a misdemeanor battery charge. On June 23rd, police apprehended a 56-year-old male suspect in Lake County, Florida. The suspect, James Box, had allegedly exposed himself to a family during a fit of road rage. According to the complaint, the suspect leaned out of the window of his vehicle to expose his genitals and appeared deranged. When the cops showed up, Box was anything but happy to see them.
So, I'm gonna be straightforward with you. We got a complaint that your car, someone driving your car with a red tattoo on his right arm, exposed his genitals to a car in a road rage incident. That wasn't you?
No.
Okay. So where'd you just come back from? By chance?
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yeah, which way? Which one down there by KFC down there in
Leesburg.
Oh, up in Leesburg?
Yeah.
Okay, you didn't get into an incident with anybody?
No.
No? Okay. Well, they described you to a T.
Okay. What does that mean?
So I'm trying to figure out what actually happened. So I got one
Nothing
side.
happened.
I got one side of the story, and someone describing you perfectly to a T, along with your car and license plate.
When I'm out and about, my dad's in there. My dad's been with me all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in the car with you, all on your way to KFC.
No.
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 So far, the suspect is behaving reasonably. He's denying any involvement in the incident, claiming it wasn't him, despite having a similar tattoo to the one that was described by the witnesses. However, he starts to get noticeably defensive very quickly. Witnesses are telling the cops a very different story than the tale of innocence he's pleading.
When he got around this, the median there into the landscape, and that's where he stopped, pulled his pants all the way down, right there at our midnight. And then after he did that, he went to his vehicle, and I saw this, and it wasn't until 20 minutes driving down the road, I said, did you see the way he went to his vehicle? And I was surprised both my wife knows too. And I said, yes, he definitely, if he didn't go to get a weapon, he wanted to give us the impression he was going to retrieve a weapon. He went back in and bent in and, you know, looked menacingly. And that's when I said, I think I was still on the phone. I said, yeah, we were still in that one. And I said, let's get out of here.
The witness's account is disturbing to say the least. It takes a real sicko to harass a family with a child in the car, and then on top of that, show them his private parts. The cops head to Box's residence to make an arrest.
Hey, Mr. Box, can we have a conversation out here one more time?
You can tell me right there.
No, come on out. Come on out for us. Yeah. It's time to come out. It's time to come out.
Oh, you're gonna get rough now, right?
No.
Show me how tough you are.
No, we're gonna put you tough. Put your hands together like you're praying.
I don't pray.
Okay, that's fine. If you guys want to be rough, that's fine by me.
And why you put me in handcuffs to talk to me?
No, you're going to jail.
For what?
For exposure of your organs.
Yeah, you got proof of that?
I've got sworn testimony with people's signatures on it. So. Alright.
Hey, Dad. Hold on, I gotta talk to my dad. He's in a wheelchair.
You're
gonna come this way first.
So you're gonna do what we tell you. You're gonna do what we tell you.
Go.
And go. Now how that works. You pull away from me again, you're going on the ground. Don't treat me like that's your warning.
The suspect comes within an inch of being put on the ground for resisting arrest, but luckily thinks better of it before things escalate. He does get in the squad car, but then decides to have some extra words with the officer. He's not doing himself any favors, of course, by arguing his legal case in the middle of an arrest.
Sworn statement, huh?
Yep. With intent to prosecute.
Is it the people in the car?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to, hey, hold on a second.
I'm showing
if you want to ask my dad the question,
you can move your leg, or I'm gonna put you in 4 points.
Okay, bud.
When police go to inform his dad about what's going on, his poor father is taken aback. It sounds like he's got more than enough of his own problems to deal with without finding out that his weirdo son is a road rage flasher.
Your son is being arrested.
For what?
Exposing his organs to a woman and her child. Yes.
I don't know anything about that one.
Well, no,
I got a question for you.
it happened out on the road.
Did you go to KFC with your son?
Did I go to where?
KFC with your son?
No.
No? You've been home almost all day?
No, we were down to see my wife at the nursing home.
Okay.
Because, you know, she can't walk or nothing.
It's sad to see the situation the father's in, and the man's confusion is clearly evident. Naturally, the dad wants to know what kind of punishment his son's in for if he's found guilty.
What do they usually do?
All I can tell you is they have like a range of penalties from it. It could be simply from a fine, it could be from jail time, community service. It's all up to what the judge decides.
Yeah.
I mean, my other son is going to be going to Utah, and there's nobody else down here to help me.
Okay.
Well, like he said, he's either going to get bond tonight. If there is a bond, he can post bond tonight, or he'll be seen the judge first thing in the morning.
And he'll be coming right back out. He just has to go to his court appearance. So he's not in there forever. He's just going to be in there for at least a night.
When a road rager gets out of control, it can be challenging not only for their victims, but also for their own family, who understandably have to get them out of trouble. After being taken to jail and charged with indecent exposure, the man later pleaded not guilty and is awaiting a trial date. On the 6th of January, 2024, Wisconsin Rapids police responded to a road rage incident where the suspect allegedly brandished a firearm at another driver. The suspect refused to stop when located by police, and things quickly escalated into a chase through the town.
All over the road, Lucas on. We're going northbound on 12th, go westbound on Apple, cut across 12th, up the curb, call it 1080. Adam Victor Sam, 1385, ABS 1385, coming up the Chestnut. Westbound Chestnut, westbound.
The chase picks up speed as the driver continues to flee the police in the early hours of the morning. Wisconsin Rapids is a very small town, and as the suspect begins racing at high speed down the small residential streets, the cops are definitely angry and disappointed at the driver's behavior. He's clearly endangering residents and other vehicles on the road.
Parking lot heading westbound on Washington Street.
The fleeing driver eventually slows down and pulls into a residential driveway trapped between two squad cars. After smashing into the house, the driver exits the vehicle and runs as fast as he can. That's when this chase becomes an all-out foot pursuit as the suspect desperately flees police and tries his best to get away.
We're into 1331, 1331.
Hands, motherfucker! Where's your We got a magazine on the ground here. We got a magazine on the ground. What? Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Do you hear me? Do it now. Hands behind your back. Fight. I can't breathe. I'm unconscious. Yep. I'm unconscious. You're not unconscious. You're talking, buddy. Wait. What happened? That's me. It's you. That's it. I didn't do an accident. What?
He's reaching his right front somewhere where he's going.
I'm not.
Oh, somebody. Oh.
Shut up.
Wesley. Where's that wallet you just tossed?
Right here. Oh. Do we have a squad up here?
As officers proceed to subdue and restrain the suspect, this situation becomes extremely tense. It's clear that police are frustrated by the dangerous actions of the suspect and his resistance and evasion.
My feet are hurt. My legs are hurt. You were running just fine. Yeah, until you guys tap the fence.
41.
He's coming up. Can I see? I need to see an ambulance. No. Why? Stand up. Put your legs underneath you. My legs don't work. Just fine. But yeah, they're working fine now, trying to kick out. No, I'm not trying to kick out. Yeah, you are. You totally are. Hey, I'm not trying to kick out, man. Stop. Are you seriously pushing me?
I can get the wrap if you want.
No, not you. Not you. Hey, you just punched me. You did not punch me. He just punched me. I did not. No, just listen. Stop. Wait, no. You just punched me. You just punched me. You just punched me. Admit it. Put your feet in. When he admits he punched me. Officer, what's your badge number?
The suspect's fiancée explains her version, saying the suspect had gotten into an argument with another driver and that she'd followed the suspect to make sure he'd go home safely. In the course of their search, police turned up armed. The suspect here was already on parole and not permitted to possess a firearm.
I went to go find him. I was just following him home. He got into some conversation with this guy in a truck. I told him just like, let's go home, let's go home. I was following him home. Then this truck started following me. He wouldn't leave me alone. And then I was just trying to get home. And then I saw you guys.
Just need to some sort of jail. I don't know if
Call an ambulance, have him come check on him.
Is he okay?
I think he's fine. He seemed like he was fine when he was running from us.
Yeah, but he's saying he might not be fine, so we're gonna check him out just as precaution. But I think there's a lot more going on here.
I'm 6 months pregnant.
Are you going to be going home now? Okay. Would you mind if I follow you home and we'll check to see if that gun is in that safe? Okay. You just want to stay here with this deputy for a moment. I'm going to grab my vehicle and I'll be back up and I can follow you.
Okay. Yeah, I should.
I'm parked right there. It'll be very brief.
Now that the suspect's securely detained, the cops can start to wrap things up. The suspect's fiancée claimed that she owned the firearm, but that doesn't mean that just because the suspect doesn't own it, that he can have it on his person, because doing so would be a violation of his parole.
He cut a truck off by the Shell over by Motel 6 on 8th Street. White truck with amber light and some sort of utility truck. They got into a verbal confrontation. And then she followed him. That guy started following, and then she thought she was kind of hanging out. She thought maybe if he saw his fiance, he would stop running from the cops. Obviously, it didn't work. She owns a tan Glock.
Well, we found it.
Okay, so it's accounted for.
Yep.
Okay, it's hers.
I didn't get that.
You want me to hang tight here, or would you like to take possession?
Hang tight right now. We'll be there shortly.
So he threw it or what?
When he went over the fence and slid into that boat target right by the little shed back there, it came out. So that's where we found it.
Okay, good.
And he went around the corner and he was losing us.
The suspect was taken to jail and charged with first-degree recklessly endangering safety, second-degree recklessly endangering safety, fleeing from police, possession of a firearm when convicted of a felony, resisting an officer, driving on a suspended license, and failing to use the required interlock sober driving device. On May 1st, 2022, police responded to reports of a road rage shooting in the tiny town of Austell, Georgia. The victims were 2 adults and 2 children. They claimed the suspect cut them off in traffic and fired off 2 shots at their vehicle. Police pursued the suspect, of course, and arrested him. At this point, the police have successfully placed the suspect in custody, but this ordeal is far from over. As he's led to the squad car, the suspect's acting like he has no idea what's going on, like he's completely innocent.
What the hell did I do? I'll talk to you in just a second. I'm trying to find out what the hell is going on. You got anything on your post stick me? No. Face the car for him, pat you down. Make sure you ain't got no weapons. Oh. Any weapons in the car? Yeah. All right. What's going on in my car? All right, well, have a seat. So this is what's going on. We got a call saying that you shot at another vehicle as you're going down the road. That vehicle was following you. That's how we know it was you. That's fine, but it's just not did you true. shoot? No.
It's not?
Why would I shoot at somebody?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to figure out.
Yeah, my guns are just there. I don't randomly just shoot at people. I was going to see one of my friends just flew in town from Colorado. I have no issues with nobody.
Okay. Well, why was you going in and out of traffic?
Because traffic is traffic. It's like...
But you got in a turning lane and you dropped back into the...
Oh, because that person was driving slow.
You know you're not supposed to do that.
Oh, I'm sorry. If that's what I'm in trouble for, I apologize for that. But that's... I was trying to hurry to get down the road.
Put your leg in.
The suspect's insisting that nothing happened whatsoever. Despite admitting that he does have a weapon in his vehicle, he emphasizes that he's innocent and only weaved in and out of traffic as a normal part of driving on a busy road. Police then searched the suspect's vehicle and found his gun and an extra clip.
What?
Can you please 21 radio?
We spent rounds on us.
How many?
Maybe 5 Move that sleeve, that little plastic pod, scoot it up. Up the top magazine.
It's a 15 round. 16 round mag. Say 14, so missing 2. How many do you say they shot?
Police have now determined that 2 bullets are missing from the suspect's gun. Officers then go over to speak to the victims to get the details on what happened in this alleged road rage shooting incident. The 2 men and 2 children who had been in the car say the suspect shot at them.
I only heard 2. So you did hear 2? I heard 2. Okay. We got 2 missing from their thing, so.
Oh, yeah. Unoccupied, not running.
You got your idea when you saw it? That's the second time. 05. He got some gunshot to the head of the car. Charlie Alpha Romeo 8175 CAR 8175. Yeah, he did one shot. He said he heard 2 rounds too.
This guy's poor kids were visibly traumatized. The evidence so far confirms an almost deadly confrontation on the road, just like the victims claimed. The suspect took several shots at the victims after cutting them off in traffic. Thankfully, the only thing the bullets hit was their vehicle.
It's like this. Roll this window down. Fired 2 shots on him. We didn't say a word. He shot out of the passenger window or the driver? No, it was out of the. We were on. He was driving right here. He was back me, so I was. He cut me off with like no roof, and I went up to the side, and he pulled down his back window. Shot bad driver or passenger? Back passenger. Yes, passenger. Shot back. All right, I'm gonna go see if there's any cases in the car.
After searching the suspect's vehicle, the cops also found a bullet casing, further indicating that at some point, shots were fired from inside the vehicle. Based on what cops have gathered so far, it's not looking good for the suspect.
Got one. Found one. Yep. You got gloves in your car? What? You got. I got it. Never mind. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. But it's only one, so I don't know what the other one is, though.
Aside from the man and his kids, they also talked to the other male passenger in the vehicle. His story corroborates that of the other male victim, with both saying that 2 shots were fired at them during the incident by the alleged suspect.
Tell me what happened. I was sleeping in the passenger seat. Buddy says, "What the hell happened?" And everyone's going to come up, and I wake up. The car's like a foot in front of us. He pulls up beside him, rolls down the window, goes like this. The guy rolls down his window, goes bap, bap, shoots twice. And I go, "What the hell?" And we followed him and called you guys. You got your idea? This is my welcome to America. Says copy out of Canada, 27. Where exactly did it happen at? Where did it exactly happen at? Like, do you know exactly, like, the roads and stuff? Was y'all paying attention? No, I mean, it was on this road. I mean, we probably named off about 6 streets we were crossing. I didn't know what we were coming up across.
The officers continue to try to pinpoint the precise location where the alleged shooting occurred. The victims say they called police as soon as the shooting happened and did their best to try and track the suspect after he left the scene.
I would have got shot in front of my kids. For what? Exactly where did it happen at? Like I told you, right before there. Like, we called him as soon as it happened. So whatever that we said, like Thornton and Garrett or whatever, I know it's important for that. That's the soonest, because, you know, there's nothing out there. You know? Was it like,
It was after Governor's. Keep going.
Probably just drive back there.
I don't even remember. Dude, I was
So it was after Governor's?
Yes, it was way after Governor's.
The victim here is understandably still shaken up. After all, he and his kids were almost shot to death by an angry driver. The suspect continued denying the shooting accusations. He went as far as making up a lousy excuse for the bullet casings found in his vehicle.
What happened? Nothing. I'm driving and somebody apparently said I shot at him. I'm driving down to see my girl. Well, I would say my girlfriend, my friend flew in town from Colorado. I'm driving down the street to see her. It's typical Georgia driving. Like, I didn't take it. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Okay. You sure?
Yes.
Because we found spent cases. He's saying you shot. He's got a bullet hole in his hood. We found spent cases in. Yes, it did.
I go to the shooting range all the time. I have cases in my car all the time.
Did he read you your Miranda rights?
Yeah, he did.
All right, what happened? You want to talk to us? I don't matter.
Listen, what the hell's going on? I always have, I don't say always, but I find shell cases in my car. I go to the range a lot. I can't explain his car.
Listen, we're asking you what happened.
Nothing. I'm driving down the street to see a friend from Colorado. I literally just dropped my kids off to my mom's house.
The suspect's excuse does sound a little flimsy, but it is still plausible. However, what makes it less convincing is that bullet hole in the hood of the victim's car, which happens to tie in nicely with the alleged trajectory of the bullet. At this point, the suspect switches his story, admitting that he shot at the victims, but for a justified reason.
Yeah, he pulled up next to me.
Okay.
He spit out my car, and then I saw him reach for something, so I just reached. I just tried to defend myself. That's what happened.
What do you mean, tried to feel yourself? Tell me.
Defend myself. He
Defend yourself.
pulled up next to me, screaming whatever.
Where
right next to me.
Where were y'all at?
To my right, coming down Dallas Highway, not 278. Okay. And he sit there, spit. Him and his friends cursing. I saw him pop the glove bar. I don't know what the hell they about to do.
There was a road.
Yes, I don't know why he was mad. I still don't know why he was mad.
Were y'all like?
Yeah, he pulled up next to me, rolled down his windows, screaming. I was like,
then what?
Spit, and then I saw him, buddy.
What'd you do?
I shot twice because I saw him reach for something.
The suspect's lies are now clearly evident, and the cops are noticing the many holes in his story. Given that he was lying earlier, this guy's claim that the victim reached for a gun is also highly questionable. He's already lost his credibility, so it's hard for the cops to believe anything he says now.
There's two of them in the car, and there's one in me.
Well, there's kids in that car too.
Well, I just dropped off my kids. I have car seats. I have kids too to worry about.
All right, I understand. All right, watch your legs.
Can you turn on the AC for me?
Yeah, we'll turn it on. Okay. Well, that answers that. Yeah.
He was charged with multiple counts of aggravated assault, gun discharge near a public highway, and cruelty to children. This guy's rationale was that just because somebody ticked him off, he could simply get away with firing off rounds at them. Thankfully, though, the officer served him with an instant dose of well-deserved karma. This next road rage karma incident comes out of Maryville, Washington, where a reckless driver was accused of striking a road sign and causing a flagger to fall down and get hurt. While speaking to the flagger, the officers get a disturbing story of a terrifying situation that endangered her life.
I do have a video of him coming at me.
Did it hit you or?
He was obnoxious down there, so I got my video camera out and I'm pointing everybody over down there in the shade. He came right at me, just nailing the gas, swerved at the last second, hit his paddle and he fell backwards. The paddle just went everywhere.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. So I was standing about where that shaded tree is, but I was in the middle. I wasn't in the shade, but he was coming at me and they said, here he comes, and he's a pissed off driver. I'm pushing everybody over into this lane, and I look up, pointing over and looking at my video camera. He came at me full, throttle down. Swerved at the last second, like right in front of me. And by the time I looked at Bobby, he was flying in the air.
After this, the officers went to the suspect's house to hear his side of the story. They were met at the door by the shirtless suspect. His wife was also there, understandably surprised that the cops were there.
Hi, are you Richard?
Yes.
Richard, okay, so my name's Officer Hamburg. The reason that we're here is we got a call about your truck being involved in a hit and run.
Hit and run?
Yeah, not too long ago.
What did I hit?
Well, there was a flagger that was out on the road, had the sign out, and the flagger's sign was hit, causing them to fall down, injured. So, we're here investigating that. How long have you been home?
Probably don't know, 45 minutes, an hour.
Okay. So, were you driving down Grove Street earlier?
Oh yeah, that's how I come home from work.
Okay. Did you come through a
But that was
construction
like,
site?
I got off work at 1:30 and, oh, can you shut that door? I got off at 1:30 and I was home by, what, 2:30?
Okay.
The suspect doesn't seem overly anxious, but he's clearly on the defensive here. He admits to driving on the road where the incident occurred, and also to being the only driver of the truck that was involved in the incident. But when it comes to the main issue, his response is unique, to say the least.
Do you recall hitting anything today?
No.
No? Do you recall going through any construction zones?
I know there's about rich my pants.
Okay.
I have an issue with my stomach.
Okay.
And I have like this uncontrollable diarrhea.
Okay.
I don't know. It seemed to me like they didn't have the road closed for any reason at all. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't see any reason for them to have the road closed. There was no reason. When I was coming through there, I was coming through at a decent rate. I mean, I wasn't speeding.
Okay.
Or anything. And that guy came out and just smacked his sign against my, I mean, there is nothing going on.
Okay. Where did can you show me where the sign hit the truck?
Yeah, I can show you.
Explosive diarrhea and a rogue road worker who attacked his truck for no reason? This sounds more and more like a fake victim story to justify road rage, and it's highly unlikely that the cops will buy it.
He was over here and he slammed his sign against my front window. I mean, it wasn't like I was doing it. I mean, I was just cutting through. I mean, I wasn't speeding. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. I just had to come home and take a cut. I had to just take a.
Okay. Is that why you didn't stay there?
Stay there for what?
Well, I mean,
I couldn't stay for nothing. I was gonna crap my pants.
Okay. All right. So just to let you know, okay, everything that we're doing is audio and video recording. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Based off of what I've been told and based off the investigation the officers have, right? You're under arrest for assault 4, malmiss 3. Okay. No.
With the suspect arrested, the officers questioned the man more closely about his version of events, giving him the opportunity to go into more detail about the incident with the road flagger.
So right now we're gonna hang out for a second. Okay, we're gonna do a field show up. Right? If they do ID you as the driver, okay, you'll be under arrest for those charges. Okay.
We did find a suspect. If you would like, you can come over with me in my car, and if you are able to, you can identify him. Okay. Perfect. AJ, but I'm en route with the witness for a field show up.
Do you want to go into what exactly happened there, other than the fact that somebody hit your truck with a sign? Like, how did this all go down?
Oh no! When we were all backed up, and then all these people went past us, and I'm like, I gotta go.
Okay.
Right? Major call. I am wearing crap like that, man. So all these people went by, and then I thought, well, okay, now it's our turn, but my turn never came. I mean, he didn't turn the sign. It was like, he should have. And then I came around him, and then I went through that first part of the intersection, and then I was going down the dirt road. I mean, it's not like I was like four-bying or anything, you know, I was just like minding my business. And then the next part of the road comes up, and that guy's like standing in the middle of the road and waving and all this. It was like,
yeah,
I don't know. I just had to get past him so I could go home and go poop.
I'm gonna have you stand up for me real quick.
At this point, another officer brings over the victim from the incident to go into detail about what happened. They drive by the suspect so the victim can get a positive ID. And once he does, we can be sure whether or not he was indeed the road rager.
If you're unsure, just say that. And then if you're able to just give a percentage about what percent sure you are that it's them. Alright, so just go ahead and you can either, are you able to see out the window? Okay. And then, is that him? Yeah, that's him. That's him? Positive ID.
The suspect was charged with 4th-degree assault charges, 3rd-degree malicious mischief, and failing to obey a traffic worker. These misdemeanors certainly made his day even worse, as it already sounded unpleasant given his bowel issues. All in all, it sounds like a double serving of karma. Our next road rage incident involves an entitled young lady named Lindsay who got pulled over for alleged aggressive behavior on the road. Lindsay's accused of blocking a driver into a driveway, preventing the man from leaving.
Well, that's not the case because these people have no idea who you are or why you're following them. Are you following them?
Yeah.
Do you live here?
Yeah, I got it. My people do.
Okay, do you have your license on you?
What?
I need your license.
What was your reason of stopping me?
They called, they have no idea why you got them boxed in, okay?
Do they live here?
Who does?
Them.
Okay, well, you're driving a vehicle, you don't have your seatbelt on, I need to identify you, so
They
I need your
brake checked
license.
me coming in here.
Okay, so that's the real story, right? It's a brake check, a road rage incident?
They were road raging me.
That's fine. So why didn't you start with that and tell me that's what happened and that's why we're
Because
doing
you never
this?
gave me a chance.
No, you said you live here and you're acting like you don't know
I
what's
didn't
going
say
on.
I live here.
Your friend lives here.
Exactly.
Okay, do you have your license on you?
I do.
May I see it, please?
Yeah, but what did I do wrong?
You don't have your seatbelt on. You're
I
blocking these
unbuckled
people.
it to get out to ask her what she was doing,
Okay,
pulling
well,
into the
now
driveway
you-
with her hazards on.
Okay, well now you don't have it on. You're behind the wheel of the car is running, so I need your license.
So you're not going to go and ask the woman with her hazards on who
I just pulled up and I'm talking to you first. I'm about to go talk to them and find out what's going on. For the 5th time, I'm asking for your license. May I have your license, please?
Lindsay claimed that the driver brake checked her. Brake checking is when a driver intentionally hits his brakes, so an unsuspecting vehicle at the back would collide with them or swerve out and cause an accident.
Come on.
Or you're going to pull me out of my
I'm
car.
taking you out of the car. Yep. I've asked you 5
You
times
have
for a
no
license
legal
plate.
right to do that.
I have every legal right. You seem like you're intoxicated too. Have you been
I
drinking
am
today?
not intoxicated.
You totally have slurred
No, I'm
speech.
not.
Your eyes are kind of jacked up.
I'm
You're not intoxicated?
at all.
Are you on drugs?
No.
You high?
No.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Cool. Come on out. I've asked you 5 times for your license.
First of all, you just slammed open my door.
Yeah, out. I'm not asking again.
That's against the law.
How is it against the law? I've asked you 5 times for your license. You have not provided me with your license.
And I'm asking you, what's the reason of you coming to me?
And I've told you that I just pulled up. They have no idea why you're following them.
I
Okay,
wasn't
You've got
following
them boxed
them.
in. You're recording them. And I'm trying to talk to you. You're trying to explain to me what's going on.
She road raged me into my friend's house,
She
and we don't know her.
brake checked you, okay? And that's fine, but you're not telling me that. You're acting like you have no idea what's going on. May I have your license? Get your license? Get your
But
license.
you have no right to open my door.
I'm about to arrest you for obstructing. If you do not give me your license.
I know my rights.
Apparently, Lindsay doesn't know her rights as well as she thinks, since she's obstructing this officer from his lawful duties by refusing to comply with a simple request to give him her license. Also, her story just keeps getting more and more confusing. While she denies being drunk or on drugs, her slurred speech is telling a different story.
Obstructing. I've told you 10 times.
Obstructing
Plus,
what?
you're intoxicated.
No,
you're
I'm
drunk.
not.
Can I have your license?
Did you prove that?
I'm about to.
No, you're not,
All right, let's
because
go.
I'm not. You're not pulling me out of my vehicle.
Let's go. You're under
No.
arrest.
I'm not under arrest for something. You can't come into my vehicle and
Get out.
arrest me.
Step out of the car.
Okay.
He's drunk as shit.
Wow, dude. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
It turns out Lindsay's license is revoked and there are warrants out for her arrest. It doesn't seem like things are going to pan out well for Lindsay, so then she decides to play the I'm related to a cop card.
My uncle's been APD for 30 years.
What does that have
Coming
to
to
do?
a friend's house and this road raging me. And he's gonna come at me.
Just relax. Just quit messing with your chain, your
I'm
bracelet.
taking it off because you're hurting me.
Okay, I'll take it off.
I know my right.
Lindsay seems very fond of her so-called rights. Her mentioning her family connection doesn't impress these cops, nor should it. At this point, the cops go and talk to the person the suspect was chasing. It turns out the driver was a man, so it's unclear why Lindsay's been referring to him as a lady.
What's up, man?
Thank you for helping.
What's going on?
I don't know. I left the gym down there in the valley. Portage Path. She was just the car behind me after I pulled out.
Okay.
Following very close, swerving left and right, like trying to look to get around me. So instead of like taking Portage Path, I pulled here to see if she followed, and she did.
Yeah.
I pulled in here and then she did that.
Okay.
Never came out or said anything, but thought it was odd.
Did you, any other exchanges besides her seeming like she was in a hurry trying to get around you?
Just that.
Just that?
Yeah.
And then why'd you pull in here?
Just, I pulled here and stopped right there. My hazards on.
I got you.
And she
Hopefully
also
for
did.
her just to go
so
around.
then I thought, well, I'll pull here like it's
Yeah.
going home, and then she'll keep going there.
Did she ever get out and talk to you or say anything?
She had her phone out, she was like filming me in the car.
Yeah,
She never got out, she never shouted anything.
She never shouted or said anything.
Meanwhile, this entitled and apparently intoxicated suspect is not getting any easier for police to deal with, and she continues to insist on resisting their orders. The cops also found something inside her car that could possibly prove that she's high.
You aren't listening. Get in the car.
I have a seat. I'm wondering why. What am I being arrested for?
You're being arrested for obstructing.
Really?
Okay, yep.
Obstructing what?
Official business. I've asked you 10 times for your license. You seem like you're intoxicated. You got white powder you're sitting. Yeah, I waited. Plus, you're really obstructing now by not getting in the car and following our command.
You just slammed me to the ground. You're a grown man.
I told you to get out of the car.
You opened my car door.
You're damn right I did.
With
Have
no
I had
excuse of why you
every
pulled me
reason to
over.
open the car door and talk to you. I've asked you 100 times for your license and you refuse to give it to me. That's obstructing.
Okay.
Have a seat. Plus, you have warrants. Plus, you're not allowed to drive.
Okay.
So have a seat.
Did you say that before you did that?
Nope, I didn't need to because you're under arrest for
Because you
obstructing.
didn't know.
I didn't know. I didn't know until I got you.
Exactly.
Now I know. So
And
you
now my wrists are bleeding. Yes, they literally are. Like,
They
you guys
literally are not.
literally just slammed me to the ground.
We took you out of the car and put you in handcuffs.
You
You're gonna have a
threw
seat.
me to the ground.
I'll just call it. Yep. No, I just started me a wagon, female of the county.
I'm not. Dude, you can. I'm in handcuffs. But you need to.
You're not having a seat. Have a seat.
I'm not having a seat.
Okay, well, I'm not letting go of a prisoner.
I don't need to have a seat. I'm not going anywhere.
I know you
I
are.
know you'll tase me. Where am I gonna go? Really? A bunch of grown man bullies gonna tase me like you do everybody else? All I said was loosen up my up.
Lindsay's trying to argue her case by downplaying her offense and making herself look like the victim of police brutality. She has one intention, and that's hosting an endless debate and complaint fest with the cops who are arresting her. Another officer arrived to transport Lindsay to jail. He then noticed she's the same woman he booked for a previous break-in.
I think I recognize
All right.
you. I took a report for you. Remember you had that break-in over
Yeah. And you know what? They don't run forensics on break-ins unless there's murder.
We had a
They
ton
did
of
it for
that.
me because I have proof.
Yeah, we had a ton
Because I rep
Hold on,
everything.
hold on.
Until now. Because what's your name? What's your name and your badge number?
1294. You listen to the officer.
What's your name?
We don't give out names.
You don't give out names? Yeah, I probably
You
should.
get out of my face.
Embarrass you, ugly.
Wow.
Yeah, tear me to the ground. You probably kid.
Yeah, you heard that right. She not only keeps ragging on the officer and calling him ugly, but she also just accused him of being a pedophile with zero evidence. Talk about trying to escalate things. She complains she won't do anything until her cop uncle arrives, and the answer she receives is hilarious.
I have a warrant in Barbados, so I'm not having a seat nowhere. Until my uncle gets here, period. Okay. You have zero rights. Officer.
Yeah.
One of them or both of them gets here, I'm not getting in the back of it here.
He's been notified. He's busy.
Well, cool. Send his home to go kill a black man, because that's the kind of guy he is.
All right, let's see. We're gonna have to walk, okay?
Okay, well then give me my phone then. So I can
We'll
call
get your phone. We'll get your
It's sitting
phone.
right there.
All
Get it
right,
out.
we'll get it. I'll get it. I'll get it.
You do
You're
not.
not gonna go with. Is that your phone right there?
So what are you arresting me
Is
for?
that your phone right there?
That's my.
All right. You're gonna go to the. You're gonna have it with you, okay? Come on. You can't call right now though.
I know what listen for it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about all this. I'm sorry it had to come like this. I don't know the details of anything like that, but We're just here where it is. So
Getting in there.
you're gonna have to get in
No, I'm not.
because you got to be transported. You want this side
For
or that
what?
side?
To where?
To Summit County.
For what?
They're sending. You have a warrant out of Summit County.
No, my warrant is in Barberton.
Said it's a Summit County warrant.
Show it to me right now.
Now she's accused the man who threw her to the ground of being a racist murderer. Lindsay's doing her absolute best to escalate things, but the officers aren't falling for it. At this point, the cops just want her booked and gone.
So apparently your mental status is just really out.
Oh, wow.
The other officers
That's
want to
so
talk to you.
Cool. Good job.
Where's she going? Can we just like, you want to put her back?
I'll go right here because you have no right to do any of this.
Yeah.
She's not gonna.
I wasn't driving the car.
She's been this way the entire time with us.
just make
I
sure.
thought
He
maybe
forced
we
my
do it
door
by
open.
What do we got?
This lady road raided
Let
me.
me check and see something, okay? I'm gonna check something.
Yeah, ask the guy that wasn't here. Who threw me out of my car. It's Barberton. Yeah, go check. It's Barberton. Because I know more than you. I wasn't even driving the car. My friend drove over here to a friend's. The lady road raged us. And she got out to go see a friend. And I sat in the car. And next thing I know, that officer right there walks up to my car and was like, something, something, something. You know, she called about this and this. And this. I said, I don't
Who's
know.
driving your car?
She was.
Where did she go?
In there, I don't know. It's her friend's house.
Original out of Barberton for DUS, and we have a fresh obstructing charge. 2 charges.
A fresh obstructing charge for what? Explain to me. I have a right for you to tell me what that is.
So after more of her crazy antics and repetitive arguments, Lindsay was off to jail. And even though she still claims she doesn't understand the reason for the new charges, that doesn't change the fact that she deserved them.
Well, I'll get you the. Oh, I switched them out already. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Lindsay. Well, that worked. I just said Barberton wants you. The county wants. They want you at the jail. She says, "Okay." I mean, okay. I'm like, are you kidding?
Well, she said I was.
Yeah, it was everything else. I took a report.
Lindsay was booked for unlawful restraint and obstructing official business. She's lucky she didn't face more serious charges. It sounds like her warrants and her past record of alleged criminal activity stem from a very deranged attitude and mental state. Our final case takes place on May 17th, 2022. A driver in Flagler County, Florida called 911 6 times, saying that someone had pointed a gun at him. Police arrive and jump right in.
I want you to step around the other side of the truck. Sir, why don't you step over here? Ma'am, just stay at the motorcycle, please. Keep your hands up for me. I understand that you're armed. That's fine. Then put your hands right there on that pole. Right there on the pole. Thank you for your cooperation. Just bear with me. All right. Juliet 16, just hold traffic for just a second. Okay, just cool. Just cooperate with me. So the firearm is where?
On this side, my right arm side. Under my right arm.
Can you drop your knife?
Hands here.
It's good. Just keep cooperating. Thank you. Thank you. That's fine.
Hey, you're good with him? I'm gonna help him.
Secure him. Just stay close. We're going to work this out.
I know, you're good.
No,
You gotta
you
do
didn't
this one as a weapon.
Right, by the okay, so where's the
This
fire?
other side. That's the my phone and the clip.
The motorcyclist is being accused of road rage, and currently he's being disarmed and having the ammo clip taken out of his pocket. The other driver, who called police multiple times, is also cuffed as police investigate.
Keep going backwards. Stop.
Okay.
Down your knee real quick. Right back. We'll get this figured out. Okay.
Is there anybody else inside your truck?
No, sir. I called you, Doug.
Okay, step over there. Man, come over here straight. Step up over there.
All right, so what happened? So I just came from the doctor's visit in Ormond Beach. Got off 95 and I came to Pine Lakes. I was making a right turn. I made a right on red. They didn't like that. They were in front of me. Okay. He slams on his bike brakes. So I stop. I slow down. He keeps going. She's throwing things out the back of that little pouch on her bike there, throwing things at my vehicle.
I try to go around him, then he speeds up. Finally, he pulls to the right. He lets me around him. I live right here. So I make the left turn to go home, and I pulled over because he's behind me again. Yeah. So that's when I called you guys. I got off my vehicle. I called you guys.
Who had the gun? Who had the knife?
He's got the gun. He had the gun. He pulled it out on me. I have the knife. A knife ain't much against the gun, obviously.
So you pointed the gun directly at you?
They saw it. They had to see it. All these workers.
Did he make any statements when he pulled the gun out?
He said, "I will shoot you."
The driver says that the woman with the biker has video footage and that the footage will prove his side of the story. Police then watched the footage, but the scene they saw was quite different from what the driver claimed.
Out of the truck, he had the knife in his hand like that. And then
he went and he charged him
with the knife, yeah.
That's when the gun was pulled out.
Yeah, you can see him. He reaches in his jacket.
What's the address?
You've never met them before, though? You don't know?
Never once. I just came, like I said, I just came from a doctor's visit in Ormond Beach.
What other statements were made besides "I'm gonna shoot you"?
She was yelling profanity at me, just cursing and stuff.
Okay.
Like I said, the video's on her phone. She said she was videoing it, so. He pointed the gun at me. He said, "I will shoot you." He said, "I will kill you." And all these workers right there on the corner.
And what kind of gun was it?
Looked like a 9mm Glock.
How would you describe it? Color?
Black.
Okay. Revolver or slide action?
Slide action.
Okay.
The cops meet up with nearby road workers who witnessed the altercation to find out what they saw. But the driver who accused the motorcyclist is not going to like what they have to say.
What'd you guys say?
They stopped right here, started arguing, got on the truck, went to slice the knife at the biker dude.
Yeah.
The biker dude stepped back and pulled his gun out on him. And then the guy in his truck, they were like squaring off for like 2 minutes in the street like they was about to scrap, and then that's when the dude in the truck took the knife and sliced it at him.
Did he jump out of the car with the knife all back in his hand?
Yeah, he had that knife, my big old knife.
Okay.
The story from eyewitnesses backs up what police saw on the video footage. It turns out the truck driver who called the cops was the road rager and the primary aggressor, lunging at the biker with a large knife.
He got out of the truck with the knife. He had the knife pulled when he got out of the truck. And that's when my husband put those on, because he told me, he said, "Knife, knife." And that's when I got my phone to record, because I knew it wasn't going to go well.
Okay. You guys mind giving a, huh?
That dude, the light's crazy.
Did you see it too?
Sorry, I don't know what happened prior to that, why they were yelling at each other. Maybe that dude cut him off on the motorcycle.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
And then he was talking about like hitting him, and the biker dude was like, just, kind of be making fun of his old lady, and then that dude like shitty knife on him. And it swung down, and then that dude pulled his gun on him, and then they called the police.
Did he have the knife in his whole entire hand when he jumped out of the car?
He had it at some point. I want to say he had it like in maybe his pocket or something at first.
Police then go back to the truck driver and find out his version of who first pulled a weapon out. At this point, they probably just wanted to see how far he'll go with his lies. He still kept insisting that he was in fact the victim here.
She smacked my phone out of my hand, broke my phone case. So.
Was there any other physical contact besides that?
No, she did hit me.
The phone? Or
I'm sorry. He hit me with his hand. He hit my hand, knocked my phone out of my hand, and fell on the floor. Then she kicked it. Then she picked it up and was going to slam it on the floor, but he said, "Don't."
What were you doing with your phone?
I was trying to video.
Okay. You didn't say you were calling 911 or nothing like that?
They didn't give me a chance. Right when I pulled over, he comes running over. Like, I jumped out of the car with my knife. He jumps out, and then I stopped videoing and I dialed 911. That's when they stopped.
At what point was the gun pulled out? Like, how soon after you all stopped was the gun pulled out?
Immediately.
Was it the first thing you saw when you got out? Or did you see it before you got out?
No. It might have... Everything happened so fast. She's got it on video. You got to get that video.
Okay. Well, no, they're checking it.
Yeah. Everything happened so fast. And when I pulled over, I jumped out with my knife. He had brass knuckles. He has brass knuckles.
At what point did you see the knuckles?
He had them on his hand.
Like the whole time while he was riding?
No.
Or like when you got out,
you saw them? Yeah. When I got out, I saw them. And he kept getting close to me. I said, man, back up. And then he was looking at the knife, and he goes, knife? He goes, you bring a knife? He goes, you're gonna stab me? I said, if you keep coming at me, I'm gonna. And then he pulled out the gun. That's when he pulled out the gun.
The incident may well have been overwhelming and intense, but the man doesn't seem to realize that the video footage here is more credible than his tall tale. The video clearly showed that he was the one that turned things from an argument into an armed confrontation. Now the police provide a recap.
Basically, what we saw in the video, he swung and tried to cut him with the knife.
Yeah, it's clear.
And he misses, and then he basically turned around and said, "Oh no, you don't." Basically, pulled out the gun.
Okay. So we're gonna attempt to white shirt.
Yeah, he can do it. He can go to green with him. Just get statements.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah, assault with a deadly weapon. We want to confiscate that knife as evidence.
Yeah, he said he threw it in the truck.
Yeah, I see it's right on the driver's seat.
Okay.
So, and he doesn't have anybody else here, so we'll tow.
Let's go ahead.
Temple.
Let's get this guy out of cuffs then, since he's not going to be detained.
Yeah.
The driver got the karma that he never expected. Instead of getting the biker in trouble, he's the one who ended up being charged with assault with a deadly weapon. This charge was later reduced to a misdemeanor for improper exhibition of a deadly weapon. As we've seen in this episode, it's always best when on the road to keep our stress under control. If you let your road rage take over, you'll all too often find yourself on the wrong side of the law very quickly. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.